All right, let's see. This is not the order we're going to go in. Let me just do a little bit of this action. Is that good? Is that right?
That works for
what
me.
we're doing.
Yep.
All right. Kicking things off with our first news story is going to be Mr. Leslie Chambers. What you got for us, mister?
Yeah, of course. Yes. X Plus put up another online event. I think it's called the Spring Festival 2021. And we have gotten some news on what is coming down the pipeline. And the top three things that jumped out at me that I know that my money's already spoken for.
Let me give me your photos first, buddy. I gotta you're like going a million miles an hour, and I appreciate that. That's good stuff. But man, I'm like, whoa. All right, hang on.
Okay, just look at Kong while you get ready.
Yeah. Everybody, just hang out, wait for me. You know, it's all good.
Why do you drink all the time? You don't have to drink all the time.
He probably falls off those buildings.
He's drunk. But at least he got sober up to beat Godzilla down. So hey,
it was time.
Oh, come on now!
Oh, I ain't stopping, David.
All right, go for it, my friend.
All right. The first thing that jumped out at me is, of course, we got painted pictures of the newest gigantic coming down the pipeline. Of course,
come on.
Also, it's a favorite Sculptors line. 1954 Godzilla. I think it was made by Inouye Arts. I had this kit at one time, and the kit is massive. The kit runs at least 20 inches tall. So he's going to be up there with the bigger gigantics, you know, the 89, the 95, Shin, 2019, and blah, blah, blah. So he's going to be a big one. Now, we don't know what the rig option for this figure is. We just got painted pictures of the prototype here. I'm guessing that maybe the rig is going to be a natural color version, but I'm just guessing here, right? I would say they would do Serizawa, but Serizawa is going to be done somewhere else, and you'll hear about that momentarily. But I think that's what's going to happen with the 54. I think supposedly, when we first saw the 54, it came out last year at a show, and it said supposedly it was dropping in June, so maybe that's going to happen. But if it does happen, the pre-order should pop up for that, maybe between now and maybe sometime in April, maybe. I'm just guessing. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is, of course, the 25-centimeter Monsterverse Rodan, the Fire Demon. Yes. And
amazing.
Just of it painted. We got the standard and the Rick. Basically, what they did with the Deforeal Rodan, where you have the brown painted colors of the standard, and you have the magma fire glow on the wings of the Rick. That's basically what's going to be. That's basically what's going to happen with the Rick option. And as you can see here, he's in the flying pose, which is awesome. Very similar to the Fire Rodan, as well as the stand that Rodan's perched upon. Pretty much the same type of stand that was with the Fire Rodan. And I know they have given some people some pause, but let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Fire Rodan, and I haven't had any issue with that thing falling down or anything like that. So actually, the stand is pretty durable. So you really don't have anything to worry about here. We don't know when this is dropping, but considering that we are getting painted prototypes of this figure, I would expect the pre-orders to pop up any moment now. And the last thing I want to talk about is, of course, I'm into the Deforeals. And, we got a new Deforeal Gamera 1996 coming supposedly this month, I believe. But they ain't stopping there with the Heisei Gamera. We're getting a 1999 Gamera from Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris. And as you can tell with Deforeals, they do an awesome job with the detail on the body as well as the head sculpt. And if the past Deforeals are any indication, Gamera here should be awesome. Also, the Rick version comes with a small mini baby Iris. So I can't wait to have that. So between the Deforeal Gamera, the Rodan 2019, the gigantic 54, once again, my money's already spoken for, and I know I'm in trouble, but hey, first world problem, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that was really most important to me coming out of this show, but I know there were other things that my co-hosts really want to take a stab at. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to my homeboy, David. David, what was at the show that got you on fire, that really piqued your interest?
Well, I'll tell you what, X Plus really did us with a March Madness lineup of stuff, and just kind of surprised the hell out of me. For one, like the 54 that you talked about, just keeps looking better every time we see a new image of it, and I'm really scared that I might have to pull the trigger on that one. But anyway, the thing that really got my juices flowing was the announcement of the Toho Maniacs line, and they're going to be about 17 centimeters, from what I understand, and they're going to start doing human characters from the Toho films that we love so much. Now, a lot of us, Kyle and a bunch of us, for years have been talking about, wouldn't it be cool if they started to do a line of the human characters? Serizawa, Namikawa, Kila Queen. I mean, the sky's the limit.
And we're not just talking about fans chatting back and forth between each other. We're talking about when we're having dinner with like G and those guys. So
that's exactly right. And I think the honest truth is that every single time they asked us our opinion, this is something that we always articulated to them that the fans really wanted. And I'm pretty sure like all you guys are stoked. They're going to take up a really small footprint. They're not going to be that overly expensive. The shipping won't be that crazy. It's win, 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 win.
Oh yeah.
These figures. And the sky's the limit. And I'm just so excited. I actually private messaged G to tell him how stoked I am. And he just couldn't stop smiling. He's like, yes, I know, you're happy, I know. He wouldn't tell me anything that's coming down the pike, but I couldn't tell you even if he did. But anyway, I'm more than stoked for these guys, and I can't wait to see the possibilities that this line will produce and come up with. So, yeah, that's it for me. How about you, Christine? What?
You should say not only did they show off Serizawa, but they also showed off.
Yep.
Matango.
Yes, the completed.
Super excited for that.
Finished transformation of the mushroom dude. Yeah, it's great, and it's going to be so good to have them all on the same scale.
Yes.
And they're just going to be so great. Yes, sir.
I got one question.
Yes, sir.
And it's in regards to the Toho Maniacs.
Yes.
Now, just because I didn't mention it in my segment doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. I am excited for it, but I want to just ask this, because I was thinking about this once this thing was announced a couple of days ago, right? If they do Serizawa, and as you can see in the photograph, you can kind of see partially of Serizawa's face, which I think is awesome. Whether that will be on the actual figure or not is anybody's guess. But I'm with you. I want more characters like the human controller, the alien controller,
Mickey.
Doctor Who, yes, for sure.
Doctor Who.
Aliens from the third hole.
Mickey Segusa.
Mickey.
There are plenty of other characters they can do, memorable human characters from the movie. But I'm guessing, would it be an issue for X Plus to make an actual likeness of this figure, kind of like the problem they had with Frankenstein? Do you see them run into a problem with that?
I think that's going to be case by case. Actually, Leslie, it depends on the actor. Like Mickey Segusa might be tough. I'm not sure if she's willing to give her likeness for it, but I mean, characters. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm hoping it's not going to be too difficult to secure licensing for them, but I don't know. We're going to have to find out more details about that question. It's a great question, and when we find the answers, we'll either talk about it on here or we'll definitely post it in our Facebook group. So. But yeah, I hope it's not going to be like a difficult project to get the licenses to get some of these human characters. But anyway,
but before we move on, though, just quickly, a lot of people in the chat are super excited about this line too. We've got Robert saying maybe a Mu Empress.
Oh, definitely.
Oh.
That's
A lot of votes for Namikawa. A lot of votes for Namikawa. Completely people excited about it. Phil Kaiju King is saying Nakajima in the suit. I would love to see a realistic version of that. That would be amazing.
Someone said the corn hippie.
The corn cob hippie from Godzilla vs. Gigan. Yeah, I'd buy that.
So many. Yeah, exactly.
Easy buy. Also, Robert asked, nobody's going to talk about the Ultra releases. Well, Robert, the best thing is what we do about this news is we cherry pick some of the items that we want to talk about, and then we get to go ahead and say, if you're really interested in seeing more about what they announced, go head over to kaijubattle.net and see all the awesome news that Michael Farah, shout out to Mike Farah, has been posting nonstop. What a busy couple of years he's had, right, guys?
Yeah, he's an awesome.
News.
But
all right, sorry to interrupt the flow, but I had to
great.
make sure to show that people were also, voting for the controller. Seriously, I would be in bad shape if they just like went person after person like that I've got to get, like the controller, the Mysterians, the Keelax, like all of those characters. I would
74 aliens. 74 aliens.
Yeah, man. I've got like teeny versions of some of these things, but not like nicely sculpted X Plus style. Yeah.
Well, let's not forget what we're going to be talking about later. How about like a Mr. Taco or
absolutely.
or a Kono
With
from
a little
the island, We'll get Kono,
So nobody would buy Dr. Stewart from Water Gargantuas?
I would not
Wow.
Sorry, Russ.
But I would buy a Glenn astronaut figure for sure.
Yes.
Astronaut Glenn.
Glenn and Namikawa.
How about just a Glenn Fuji Namikawa 3-pack, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it should just be a Glenn and Fuji 2-pack that couples with that controller Namikawa. I didn't use coupling in a real sense there, but anyway.
Are we going to get a giant roach? We need a giant roach.
I think you can just get those on Amazon.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Christine,
going back to it, Christine had her choice, her pick for the obvious pick, right?
Any surprise to anyone would be obviously we're finally getting a Deforeal 89. I knew it was coming.
And it looks
and
good
so
too.
Now we'll be able to pair him with the Deforeal Biollante. So I think it looks amazing. Again, like the Deforeal line, I absolutely love. Like they're cute. They fit great on the shelf. They're affordable. And they're so detailed for such small figures. And I mean, he just looks so perfect. I'm really excited to see, what the final painted version is going to look like and what the Rick is going to be. I'm hoping for maybe like a little mini Rose Biollante would be awesome. But we'll see what we do. I didn't even go with the light up. I'm all about the light up. So even though I actually never light up my light ups, but I still like to have them just in case.
Right, exactly.
Once a year, I'll go in here and just light them all up.
Right, when somebody's coming through, hang on, I got to go flip these switches real quick.
Well, I agree, Christine. The Deforeal Godzilla line in particular, I really respond to it because look at that head. You could put that on a regular size body, and it would be freaking awesome. So I love being so small. They can pack that amount of detail into the figure. So there's no excuse for phoning it in any more X Plus. You got that? No excuse.
Yeah,
you know you can do it.
Stop phoning it in, guys.
Phone it in.
Stop giving us release after release of amazing figures. Just kidding.
But they have not been doing that. I'm just saying.
We're joking.
I'm really excited to see. I'm so glad they started the Deforeal line, and I can't wait to see what else they have coming. But so happy to finally have my 89 in the line. So I can't wait to put them together with the Biollante when she comes out, which I think is about July. That's when the Biollante is getting released. So a couple more months.
Perfection.
All right, what's your top pick from the exciting news release, John?
I think you've already taken all my favorites. I really love the 54. I'm stoked for that gigantic favorite Sculptors line 54, which is beautiful. And then to pair that with the Sarazawa, it's just a great combination to have together. So they're my favorites out of what's been. But there is another. Yuji Sakai's surprise that's coming. Kyle, do you have that?
Oh yeah. Hang on a second. That was teased on the other page, right? That's what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now you say it's Yuji Sakai. Is it actually Yuji Sakai? Is that what the text says on the page?
If my memory doesn't fail me, I believe that's what I saw.
I was just curious. It was an image, and you can't just hit the translate page on the image. You got to go through a couple of extra steps. So I didn't translate all the text on that page, but yeah.
It's his Twitter account. Yeah, and I believe it was been tweeted from his account, from his Twitter account. I believe it is.
Interesting.
All right. So who is it? Who do you think it is, John?
Well, I would love to see a Godzilla 74, but Christine, I think you convinced me. I think this is the Junior.
David too.
And
David, I think it's Rebirth. It looks because the poles and the way they have it, it's like the way they have like the light shining from behind them.
We're
it looks just like at the end of
It's
Destroyer.
the 95 Godzilla Jr. transforming
Which
into
would be awesome.
That
so
would be
awesome.
good. That would be good. But a 74 would be cool, John, but I don't think that's the shape of a 74, to be honest.
I know. It's a dream. It's blurry. It's just manifesting.
Leslie, what did you think? Did you think it's the Rebirth 95?
Well, it is thick, so it looks more sort of a Heisei design to me. If it's not the Rebirth 95, it could be the 94. I'm thinking that. But honestly, as long as it's not Shin Godzilla, I don't care what it is.
Oh,
that was a low blow.
I know people want the Awakening version, but you should have got the Gigantic last year, but that's your fault, not mine.
That's a full Awakening version.
So yes, I'm thinking it's more so of the 95, the Rebirth 95,
and it's got to be that,
or maybe 94, because we all know Sakai. I mean, out of all the Yuji Sakais,
he likes those Heiseis.
He mostly does the Heisei.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what? Like
it's kind of a no-brainer.
It's like 5 or 6 Heiseis, 2 Millenniums, and 1 Showa. Sakai, please correct that, please.
Yeah. The very funniest thing that I saw on Facebook the last couple of days when they made that announcement of that teased figure, somebody wrote, "Who do you guys think it is?" Rich Piso writes, "Godzilla." And it was like just so perfect. It's like, I can hear him saying that perfectly. But yeah, it's definitely going to be Godzilla. That is a guarantee. Leslie, I thought you were going to say it was Kong.
No. No, see, Kong is buffed up and in shape, not a fat, overweight. Like I told you, I'm not stopping.
Man.
I'm not stopping. I don't care if I'm on this island by myself. I am going to defend this monkey. I'm going to defend this monkey. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So let the hate come in the comment section, because I'm looking at it right now, and I'm loving it.
Monkey.
I love it. Bring that.
I'm gonna have to post my meme that I post to Leslie all the time when he gets feisty. You're a trip. Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. But either way, it's going to be a Sakai. I think it's going to be awesome no matter what it is. And like I said, I think it's a Heisei, but we shall see.
I think. Kyle, how about you? What are you stoked about?
Well, guys, I was... I'm not going to be getting this probably, but damn, that Kraken.
Oh, God, I know. It's so
good.
Nice.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
I want a Pegasus.
Seeing the painted photo. So first up, actually, months ago, seeing the unpainted prototype, we saw how gigantic this thing looks like it's going to be. Big time shelf hog, to use that term from previously. I don't dislike this at all. I think the color scheme is freaking gorgeous. I think I don't have more photos of it, but check out Kaiju Battle for more photos and stuff. But this is going to be a showstopper piece, I think. And
so big.
Probably the only thing that's going to make me not regret buying it is going to be the price tag and the shipping cost of that guy. But yeah, it looks fantastic. As excited as I am for the toy, I'm actually a little more excited for one announcement that they made at the very end of that event, that's Spring Festival, which was that they are going to be doing something live on March 26th, Friday, March 26th, Japan time, from noon to 1 p.m. So only an hour. They're going to be doing some Harryhausen announces. I don't know. Listen, we're not going to try and do a live reaction thing. That would be silly unless I just lose my mind and say, let's do it again. But it's perfect timing for doing a little, maybe we should just do a group chat right around the same time. Maybe we'll do that.
Idea.
I don't know.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Why not? We'll schedule a group chat for, that's going to be like late Thursday at some point. So I'll get the timing set up so we can get that hooked up in the Collect All Monsters Collector group, and we'll just hang out. Maybe I'll get a 6-pack, and we'll see what they announce during that event. But yeah, as someone, I put on a live event, Kaiju Con Line. I'm going to be working with Lolo for a semi-live event next month. I like the live events, you know. In fact, I'll just drop it right here, even though it's like not officially an announcement. Is that Kaiju Conline 2 version 2 is going to happen at the end of August? You know, so that's
awesome.
I'm sort of waiting on a few more things to shake out and stuff, but basically that's I like live events, and I'm looking forward to seeing what X Plus is about to do with this, and if it's how it looks really. So let's move along to our. Oh, that was me. I was the last one for the news. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching our us talk about these news items. Hey, Attack Peter's in there. What's up, Peter?
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
He loves your shirt, David. I wonder why.
Well, I wore it just for you. I knew you were coming. So.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Well, thank you guys all for hanging out. We are going to go ahead and move into our first segment, which is all about King Kong Tai Godzilla.
Actually, Kyle, real quick,
What?
we didn't do our new segments. We just did the X Plus.
Oh man, that's right. I looked at the time and I was like, we are finished.
we can quickly buzz through it.
Hang on. So wait, Leslie went first, and then it's David, and then it's John last. Is that right? Okay.
Right.
Thanks for your patience, everybody. Thanks,
Sorry
David.
about that. Oh, you're welcome. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I got something to say.
I got something to say.
Something to say.
So that'd be you next.
Oh, me next. Okay.
You're next.
Wow. So it's perfect segue that you were talking about X Plus doing an online event. My news has to do with X Plus 2. They are doing an X Plus Large Monster Series Ultra Photo Contest. Woohoo! This is right up my alley. I'm totally stoked.
That's cool.
And what basically is going to happen is you guys are going to create photos from your Ultra collections, and you can use anything from Ultra Q all the way to Ultraman Powered. You can use the heroes, you can use the aliens, and you can use the monsters. And also Mirror Man, Fireman, and Busca are acceptable as well. So here's the thing, though. It's going to be a Twitter contest. And I don't know that much about Twitter, and we're a little bit confused with the actual hashtag that everyone's going to use, but we're going to research that. We're going to talk to some people at X Plus and post that in our Facebook group. And we'll probably talk about it at some other point too. But we'll get that information there for you. The official rules will also be posted in our Facebook group. And there's going to be 4 awesome prizes. Really, really good stuff. And it's going to run from March 12th all the way through March 30th. And I'm really stoked. I'm already working on some stuff. I've got some ideas. This is right up my alley, and I can't wait to see what everyone does. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I've never joined Twitter. I'm going to join Twitter just for this. So that's how stoked I am about this. So
Twitter.
That's my news. Christine, what is your news?
Well, I'm back again with my Safumi news. Or Safi. So CCP announced some more colorways for their very popular sculpt of Hedera. So they have the landing, the adult, and the smokestack version with a new colorway called the Twilight version.
Oh, I like
Not
that.
Twilight like the movies. We don't have no shimmery vampires going on here. But so it's supposed to be like a evening kind of sunset kind of look. So it's kind of got 2 different colors in there. And one thing that I noticed that's different about these that I really, really like is the eyes are 2 different colors. So I think one's like blue and one's red. But I mean, it's really gorgeous. And I think they should be going up for pre-order soon on the CCP website. Not really any prices on them yet, but probably around the same as what they usually are, which is like around 100.
Yeah, I think generally each figure is about 100. There's some small variants due to the sizing of each one, right? So the largest one is going to be more.
And they're also limited. So I think the landing version, the smokestack one's gorgeous. So I think the landing one's limited to 150 pieces. The adult is limited to 100. And the smokestack is limited to 200 pieces. But I mean, I like that they've been coming out with all these variants of these figures. I'm a big fan of the smokestack.
Me too.
I'm still waiting on maybe a blue splatter. Just throwing that out there. Blue. There was one that had gone up on I think it was a prototype, blue with like white paint spatter on it.
Ooh,
I'm waiting for that
nice.
one to get a release soon. Hopefully it's in the works somewhere. But so keep an eye on Kaiju Battle because he's always updating about these figures as well. And they should be coming up for pre-order soon on the CCP website. And also keep an eye on our Facebook group because we will let you know when the pre-order is open for these.
Most excellent.
Cool. All right.
On to you, John.
Well, I just have a simple announcement. You know, I'm always looking for books, and Toho keeps them coming. For the Toho FX movie authentic visual books, there's 2 coming, Volume 69 and Volume 70. Here we have Mogura 1994. That should be nice. And Volume 69, Godzilla 1992. So if you've been keeping up with these, it's getting, you need a couple shelves now to hold them. So
Right.
Yeah.
I want that Godzilla 92 one.
yeah, that should be nice. I mean, there's always some great, unique photos and great for research. And that's it for me. Just these 2 books.
Uh-oh, we lost our
We lost Kyle.
Oh no!
leader.
Commander.
We lost our
Oh no!
leader.
What are we gonna do with our
Oh,
leader?
Just me.
Guys, what happened?
I don't know.
It's a live show.
Oh, thank God.
Hey.
I thought it was just
Tulsa
me.
was out of control.
It's like no
Put my
rules now. We
glove
can do
back on
whatever.
here. Hey, you know, it's March Madness, right?
March
Yeah, right.
Madness. March
That's
Madness.
right. Those gremlins.
Well, thank you, John. Sorry I dropped off there. I went to undo the share screen and I hit the leave studio button. Jeez.
That's all right. You multitask.
And they pay me for this? No, nobody pays me for this. Okay. All right, so I guess that means it's up to me, guys. It's up to me
What's your
and
news pile?
my final news items, which, man, I got to tell you, is this even, like, are you guys excited about this?
I'm excited. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited.
Yeah, you guys, we're all super excited about this, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
Good point.
Godzilla Singular Point.
Oh my
Love it.
goodness.
Boy.
I
Someone
mean,
just posted a video about opening. I think it was in our group, in the Collectible
yeah,
Monsters group.
that's
the Jaguar.
that's Jeremy Mounty. That's the Tokyo Toy Bastard who joined us for our first Japan chat. He basically picked up the Jet Jaguar figure and did a video review. And this is the best photo that exists of these figures because all the other ones are just the figure. The Godzilla, you know, the last episode, I feel like we showed off his design that the animation company said, look, here's Godzilla. And then Bandai came out with this. And I mean, the
Hopefully this
kaiju
didn't
collecting
translate
internet
well.
kind of went off the rails. Like people do not like it. And I got to admit that, like Peter says, the Godzilla isn't my favorite.
He's got it. He knows. Yeah.
I feel the same way, and I don't mean to share stupid news or anything like that. But this these are cheap figures for. I would normally say these are cheap figures for kids, but these are the Japanese figures. So I will say that the Jet Jaguar actually does look kind of cool.
Yeah,
I don't have
those are cool.
a copy of it, but I saw somebody, I think on Twitter, maybe John saw this too. They repainted it. They gave him all this like weathering and did his eye
really?
details.
Cool.
Actually looked pretty rad.
Yeah.
Peter's saying I should show Dope Popes. So if you guys can hang on, I will try my best to show
Cool.
Dope Popes.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that maybe the transition from the actual image of Godzilla to vinyl just didn't
work.
It
Yeah.
didn't happen.
work
Yeah.
out so
It
well
lost in
because sometimes
translation.
it's not. Yeah.
Because the trailer
Sometimes it's
looks
not fun.
interesting to me. I'm
Yeah, it does.
intrigued by the trailer, but I am not intrigued by these figures.
I mean, seeing Jet Jaguar in the latest trailer was phenomenal. Just seeing, his legs fully extended or whatever. Just little good.
I just think to myself every time I see images like this that with all of the endless possibilities of animation, they have to go.
Oh yeah, Dope Popes is. Ooh.
Yeah, Dope Popes
Wow.
got a really
Now that
Nice.
is awesome.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
I've seen
Mean.
that.
Beautiful.
That is awesome.
Intimidating.
Yes, it would be fantastic if it looked like that in the animation, but I just don't know what we're going to get, guys. At this point, my expectations are so low.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see.
Yep.
It could turn out to be amazing.
It could be, you know, and like I was saying to some friends of ours, I was, and I think I mentioned this when we started talking about this too. I have been told by what I would consider to be a reliable source that this is going to be good and it's going to be the kind of anime that Godzilla fans have wanted. So,
Good.
yeah, I mean, if it works, great. If it works, great. You know, that's sort of the problem that I had with the last anime series. It's like, I understood what they were doing. I really do think that I understood like what they were doing, but it just was not a sell for me.
I had no
like
idea what they
nothing,
were doing.
nothing about it. They basically took the entire Godzilla mythos with Godzilla and his top rogues gallery, and they deconstructed the entire thing and rebuilt it up into a high tech sci-fi, and didn't land for me, I'll say. So I know a lot of people feel the same way. We don't need to go into that.
Nope.
Don't need the whole chat room to erupt in a Godzilla anime hate. But I've got my my mind open and my expectations low for Godzilla Singular Point, and hopefully it's gonna be fun and good.
Ditto.
There you go.
Ditto.
Oh, can I make the Godzilla Singular Point? He looks ancient. He looks like some mythical version of Godzilla, which might be an interesting spin. Like he's off of some tapestry or something. Some old.
John, I can always appreciate you finding something interesting to pull out of.
He looks like
that.
a recliner.
A recliner.
The Easy Boy edition, Lazy Boy edition.
He looks like a recliner. Like I want to sit on it and kick my feet back.
Wow. You're a trip.
That one shot of him, like from the front, his face looks like those shovels. I was like, maybe. All I can see now is a shovel, like a giant shovel.
I'm just waiting for an animated project to be based on the storyboard style Godzilla. Then
Oh my
I
god!
will be happy to say
Oh,
big
that'd be amazing.
blank. But until that day, we got this.
I would love to see a Showa style Godzilla animated series. Where he looks like the old 70s.
Have you seen the
indeed.
fan
Yes, indeed.
project that the guys from Toho Kingdom were working on? That was actually
Beautiful.
looked pretty cool. But I mean, the problem with working on a fan animation is, number one, animation takes so much time to do that it's not something that someone can easily just be like, hey, I'm going to create a world-class animation on my free time.
Right.
So if you're doing something fan made and you're putting all this time and effort into it, hopefully you're paying the people, or you're hopefully getting paid to do it, and it's not just going to be a wash when you put it out there and then Toho smacks you with the C and D. So anyway,